Hey, good morning, everyone. This is After 9, and this is our social media extravaganza here on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Periscope. I'm Mike. That over there is Leah. Good morning, Leah.
Good morning.
What's
I
going on?
think it's the best that I can be like sitting on my couch, legs outstretched, talking to you and
Hey,
all of you out there as well.
isn't that what we just did for 4 hours on AM800?
Similar,
Yeah.
dining room chair. Now I'm on the couch.
Oh, okay. You've
I'm
moved
halfway
locale.
between vertical and vegezontral.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Well, we appreciate you showing up for this and getting on the After 9 program. If you're not familiar with us, if you're part of our international audience tuning in, we are from AM800 CKLW, the 50,000 watt blowtorch in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So, yeah. So we're here. We're here to do the business. Liz, good morning. Liz is watching on Facebook this morning. We're also on YouTube and Periscope if you're on those apps. We love to hear from you this morning. So what is on your mind? Is there something that you would like to talk about, either that we talked about on the show today, didn't get to on the show, or whatever?
What are your neighbors like, Mike? Like in the fall, are you the guy? I know you do. I shouldn't even ask this. You clean your yard and rake your leaves and all that?
I do. Yep, absolutely. Yep, 100%. I do them like quite a bit because I don't like them piling up too much.
I mean, I don't want to get stressed out about it at all, but like we have one neighbor, and they do absolutely nothing,
What? Like ever?
nothing to their yard. In fact, I go all Karen in the spring, and I have to call the city on them because their yard is like, I don't know, their grass is like a foot and a half long.
Oh, they're those people all year. This is just not a leaf issue.
Oh yeah, no. So my neighbor and I were talking about it. She lives right beside me. We just cleaned up our yards. We got everything all done. Then we had that crazy weather on the weekend. And
Yeah.
where do you think all the other neighbor who's negligent, all of their crap went?
Everywhere.
So we were laughing because yesterday we were out. It was a beautiful day. And she had some big branches down from her pine trees, and I had pine cones and branches and all that stuff. So we were out cleaning up, and I was facing her with my back away from the road, and he lives across the street, this guy. And she came up laughing, and she's like, "You're not going to believe what he just did." I said, "What?" She said, "He saw us out there doing our thing, cleaning, and he came out. He kind of looked around his property, which is like a disaster, and picked up one branch, one little itty branch, and then walked it back to his house and put it like in a garbage can
Oh my God.
and went back to the house.
Awesome. Thanks for the effort.
I didn't see him do any of that, but we were laughing about it, right? And it's just like, oh, for the love of Pete, can you just do the bare minimum?
Something. Come on. For the good of the neighborhood, can you do something, right? I mean,
And,
come on. Do your part.
everybody wants to buy his property because it's like a triple lot. So the house is on one part, and then the rest is like a wild sanctuary for God knows what in there. And everybody we know is like, "Oh my God, can you ask your neighbor?" I'm like, "No,
The
I
wild
can't."
animal.
Yeah, it's funny though. We're used to it. Dave
Mm.
cuts his grass. Do you mind if I cut your
Yeah.
grass?
Oh, just because he can't stand it and he's not going to do it anyway.
Yes.
So for the good of the
Yes.
neighborhood, I'm going to cut the grass for you. Wow.
Yeah,
Good guy. Good guy that day.
I go Karen and call 311. He goes neighborly and goes like, but he doesn't talk to anybody. He's not very friendly.
I think there's one on every block. I think everybody has a neighbor like that doesn't take care of their place, that is not friendly, it's just leave me alone. And, my grass is going to grow. And we have someone like that on our street too.
I am a bit of a Karen. I have to admit it.
Oh, that's not a shock. That is not a shock, Leah.
It was trending on Twitter yesterday about White House Karen being Donald Trump, right? And we have another house down our street. And then the more I think about it talking to you, I think, wow, okay, I am a Karen. So there's another little house down the street, and it really should just be bulldozed. The lot is worth it, right? But the guy that owns that, I don't even know where he lives in the city, but he rents it out. And the last tenants, you could hear them in the middle of the night having a domestic, yelling and screaming, whatever. I didn't hear
See,
them.
I love that. I
Oh,
love that. I would open the window, I would go outside and cut my ear so I could hear the drama of the domestic. I love when there's domestics in the neighborhood and I can hear stuff like that. I think it's the best. It's great entertainment.
oh my God. So anyway, they left and left all their garbage and everything in there. Like I don't see it from my house, but I walk down the street right with the dog and everything. And so then I see the landlord, or the person who owns the building, and he's driving a minivan and he's pulling like a trailer behind it because he's cleaning out a bunch of junk from there. But I'm like, oh, do you own this property? And he's like, yeah, I do. I said, it is a pigsty. And then I'm like, oh God, I'm a Karen.
You are, Leah. You really are. You really are a Karen.
And
It's been
everybody's
named
like,
for
good
you.
for
I'm
you.
surprised they didn't use the name Leah. Oh, a Leah. She's a Leah.
Well, buddy, like, I'm like, if you don't want to have this property, why don't you just sell it?
Well, he's renting it, right? It's a rental property, but and I gotta say, I'm sure there's renters out there that do a fine job keeping their place in order and stuff. But it's a lot of times the renters on a street where other people live and own their property and own their homes. That is the house that looks like a mess, that's not taken care of, that the lawn's not cut, the pool doesn't get open, all that stuff. The renters.
Well, it's a combination because he's got a garage that's like it's like sideways. It's like I'm surprised it didn't fall over in the wind we had. The house does need work, and the yard does too. Everything from, I don't know, 3 months ago, um, when the previous renters were there, like one of those pools that you blow up, the bigger ones. It's all
Oh
just sitting
yeah.
on the ground, all the garbage, it's all still there. And so yeah, yeah, I'll be the neighborhood Karen.
Proudly, you will do that.
I'll wear that
Yep.
badge.
I can totally see that, and I think neighbors are more than likely aware of the fact that you are the Karen of the neighborhood. I don't think this would come as a big shock to any of them.
I don't think it does
They
either.
should vote. They should vote on who is the Karen. I think Leah with the runaway on that
Oh,
one. All right, you're
hands
watching.
down.
You're watching After Nine here on Insta or on Facebook and on YouTube and on Periscope. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them on the thread. We see all of them that do come in, and why you may have less friends after today. Maybe Leah commenting on her neighbors and that she is the Karen of the neighborhood. You might get less friends. Jacinta says, go get them, Leah. We're lucky to have good yard neighbors. Yeah, if you see at least if the people directly next to you to either side and even across the street are good, you're doing pretty good, right? If they're down the street, okay, might bug you a little bit. You drive by, whatever. But most of the time, if the people next to you and across from you are good, you're all good.
Hmm. Yeah, they're not bad. We have a good street, but there are a few people that are, negligent. And we would help. I don't mind helping. If
Yeah.
you don't want to or can't do it, let me know. We will gladly come and help.
See, I don't want to is not an excuse. If it's somebody that is perhaps disabled in some manner or is not older and not able to do the work, that's one thing. Yeah, you go
Yeah.
help out. You send your kids. Maybe they can hire someone or something. But just being a lazy ass and not wanting to take care of your yard, that's when you should go Karen on them, Leah.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so now today, one of your jobs is to go through your Facebook list, your Instagram, whatever social media you're on, and get rid of friends. Because today, thank you to Jimmy Kimmel who came up with this for creating National Unfriend Day. It is today, November 17th, and you go and celebrate by simplifying all your connections online, unfriending and anyone and everyone who does not add joy to your own online social media experience. So you go down your list, your friends. No, I don't even know this person. Gone. Oh, this person bugs me. I hate when they post. They just bug me. Oh, this person. Oh, too many pictures of your kids. Gone. And you unfriend the people that are not doing you any good.
I think that's a great idea. I love that idea.
Yeah,
I
it's kind of a cleansing kind of day.
you kind of block people, but I'm pretty selective on um who I accept on Facebook as a friend. And also, like, people will be like, "Oh, I request to follow you on IG." I'm like, "I don't even know who you are." Nope.
Gone.
Yeah. No, I don't know
Decline.
you. It's like, do
Yeah.
you answer the phone when you don't know the number? No.
No, never. I don't even
So
answer the phone when I do know the number sometimes. Like, I think it's rude now. We've talked about this before. If someone doesn't text me before they call, hey, is it okay if I call you now? And I think most people do that now, other than my parents and grandma. I mean, that's different. But, for you, for example, if you called me out of the blue, I don't think I'd answer. You got to text me first. Is this okay? Can I call you right now?
jeez. Tough crowd over
No,
there
I
at the
think it's just
Facebook
polite
house.
now. Nobody who calls somebody. Who just calls somebody out of the blue? Producer Ed says, I don't even think Leah is my friend on Facebook. So you apparently turned down producer
Oh
Ed's
yeah,
friend request.
not allowed. No. I have a small little group, and there are lots of people that I'd be like, yeah, no. When I see requests come in, I'm like, nope.
What about producer Ed, though? Good guy, you know?
No, I don't need Ed. I don't need Ed to be my friend.
Sorry, Ed. You're out, man. You didn't make the cut, my man. Producer
Li-
Ed. Good guy,
Lisa
but Leah
says,
says no.
Lisa, this is not our Lisa, but another Lisa says, I never text before I call. Either do I. If I know you, it'll come up. My name should come up, shouldn't it? You'll know who it is.
Yeah, if you're in the contacts or whatever, it should come up. But I don't know. I just like to be mentally prepared for a call that's coming in and what we are just going to discuss in said call.
Ed says, Leah, you are dead to
Well,
me.
there you go. Well, it should be good for your working relationship on the show going forward. Good job. Good job, Leah. Just accept the guy's friend request. He's a
I
good guy.
will
He's
do
got
it. No, I
interesting
don't.
things.
I listen. When I tell you I'm selective, Mister IHP, I hate people, and no, I
Yeah.
don't hate Ed, but I'm very selective on social media who I
Mm.
allow into my little social media circle. I'm very selective about people in general. I've been hanging around with you too long. There are a lot of people that I'm like, nope, thought I liked you, but I really don't. Not going to hang out with you anymore.
Do you ever do this though? Because I certainly do. You follow people or friend people just because you hate them so much because their posts bug you that much that I want to creep this person and be annoyed. I want to annoy myself right now by checking this person out to see what they post. I do that to certain people. I have a
There's
list of that I go through.
You have a list? There I only have one person, Mike. Who is it? One that I do that.
You want me to say who it is?
Yes, one. Guess.
One person that you follow that you creep that bugs you? Donald,
Yes.
the Trump.
Yes. And as soon as he concedes, I would love to just like, nope, getting off. I'm not following you on Twitter anymore.
Oh, that's it. You're done. Oh, but he might have some stuff to say after this whole thing is done.
Oh, of course he will. But he's the one person that I literally yell at my phone when I'm on Twitter and he posts something. I'm like,
Yeah.
you've got to be kidding me.
Absolutely. No, I get it. I get it. And I can't reveal some of the people that I do follow. They're not as famous as the president. They're just regular people, but they bug the hell out of me. And for some reason, I have this addiction of checking their statuses just to annoy myself. It's a weird thing that I have going on.
Well, I think it's pretty weird that I have that relationship with Donald Trump's Twitter account.
That's true. You get like the notifications, or do you just go check?
No, he pops up, right? If I refresh my Twitter account, he pops up.
Liz wants to know, why do you hate Trump and like Biden?
Because I think that Donald Trump is a despicable human being, Liz. I do. I think that if I had kids that were growing up, I mean, we would never. Barack Obama said it, like, if his girls were in a basketball game playing sports and they lost the game and they were like, yeah, but he'd be like, no, there's no being a sore loser here, especially because we're not talking about a basketball game. We're talking about a country. Would you ever have Donald Trump as a friend? The way you want to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that are kind, that are not being bullies, that are not personal, that are not making fun of other people. And he does all of those things. I could never ever have him as a friend, ever.
Okay. All right. He's out. You can unfriend him if he's on your list, but you don't want to because you want to creep him. So it is all good.
I will eventually.
Okay. Kimberly says, Leah, your hair looks fabulous today.
Oh, why? Thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I got it colored last week. Lisa and I both went on Friday. And
like together or what? What's the deal?
No, separate. And I haven't seen hers, but I got mine a little bit darker. Just because whatever, it's hair.
Oh, is that like for the winter you go a little bit darker than you do in the summer?
A little low lights instead of highlights.
Wow, fancy. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow and it takes 15 minutes.
There you go. How expensive is it?
$17.
It's a decent deal.
It's a little pricey, but I think it's worth it.
I'm surprised you don't have Kelly doing it.
Yeah, I should. My one buddy, he's started his own business. He cuts his own hair, basically. He calls it COVID cuts.
Really?
Yeah.
It's COVID cuts. That's a shop right there.
Yeah. I mean, COVID cuts, you could do it, the whole thing. You could say social, social distancing, sanitization, super sanitized, safe haircuts, COVID cuts. Come see us today.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I kind of like it. Okay, let's get out of here for today. I've had enough, I think, and I think the people have had enough here on Facebook and yada, yada, yada on Instagram, our Facebook page. Where else are we right now? YouTube, hi Periscope, and on our website, am800cklw.com. Tomorrow on the show, yes, we are going to talk about something that is bothering you so much that you have to speak about this when it comes to shopping.
You're probably thinking, what doesn't bother you, Leah?
Karen?
No, you can call me Karen. By the way, do you know that the name Karen, if you start looking at the number of new babies that are being born, nobody's calling their kids Karen.
No. I wouldn't even think Karen's a very popular name, even before all this Karen stuff took place the last year, because I don't know, names just go in generations. Like nobody's named Mike anymore. It was too common and all that when I was growing up.
I think Mike is like one of those names.
So I don't think Karen got popular before. It's certainly not popular now.
I know a couple of Karens who are just wonderful, I have to say. Anyway, but I'm sick of you today too, so I think we're done. Tomorrow, though, that's the thing. I know there's going to be people who say to me, I agree with you, Leah, on this one. I agree with you.
Okay. All right, we're going to talk about that where do I have it planned? Just after the 6:30 news tomorrow on AM 800. I'm Mike. That's Leah's hand. She's sick of me. If you're sick of us, Don't worry, you get a break now. We'll be back tomorrow morning at from 5 until 9 on AM800 on the 50,000-watt blowtorch known as AM800 CKLW, broadcasting live out of Windsor, Ontario, along with producer Ed, twisting the knobs, spinning the dials, Paul McDonald with news, Rusty Thompson with traffic, Steve Bell with sports, and Leah, one more thing.
Two more things. Number one, Ed pointed out that he is my friend on Facebook, but Lisa and Ed are not friends. Just saying.
Lisa doesn't really use Facebook all that much.
No. And
There's probably a request sitting in her like inbox thing right now.
Yeah, and I'd like to dump Facebook, to tell you the truth.
I hate Facebook, to be honest, but most of our listeners are on there, so I stay on there. But even if I bring up, my computer's kind of older now, I got to upgrade it. But even if I bring up Facebook, the tab, my computer starts to slow down. Like it takes up that much memory.
The best thing I like about Facebook is Facebook Marketplace. That's it.
Oh, I do too.
My favorite thing in the world on Facebook. But
doesn't it seem...
The other thing I was going to say is something that you say all the time when we are saying goodbye, which is, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Can I say one more thing? Marketplace, to me, is that the place to buy and sell used items now over Kijiji? Like, it seems like it's taken over.
Hands down.
Okay. Absolutely. If anybody has a couch for sale, particularly a gray couch, let me know. I'm looking to buy one.
I'll look for you on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen them.
Okay. I've seen some too. I'm looking, so don't send me too much. All right. Bye, Leah. Till our love affair continues tomorrow on Wednesday, AM800. Have a great day, everyone.